And I think we're live. Okay. Good morning, everybody. So it's a few minutes until 9 o'clock. Let's give it a little bit of time. Get everyone situated. So happy 15th of May. Today we're going to be working on a Vinyasa 2 flow, focusing on opening up our hips, getting our bodies moving. Just show some love if you're on the page, if you're viewing. Know that these videos will be live for you to reconnect with later on in the day. They'll be up for, I guess, about a week and a half. This video will be up until the 25th, so you got about 10 days on this one. I hope despite everything that's going on, we are all happy, we're all staying positive to the best of our ability. For this class this morning, you don't necessarily need props unless you know you like them. We will be doing some hamstring stretches. Some people I know like to use yoga blocks to frame the front foot, blankets underneath. Actually, I'm lying. You know, well, if you have access to a blanket, hold on a second. I gotta bump out the other way. Obi, can I get a blanket? I didn't know you'd be a good boy. Be a good boy. I forgot my blanket. Stay. Stay. I know. You'll be such a good boy. Stay. Okay. Sorry, guys. So if you have a yoga blanket, go snatch one. We will need one later. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. Because it also depends on what type of floor surface you're working on too. So I'll show you different variations of how you can approach this one pose that I know we'll need a blanket for. So yes, I totally lied. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, Jana. Good to have you guys. So again, if you have access to a blanket, grab hold of one. Otherwise, don't worry about it. We'll just make it work. Be a good boy. No. Quiet. All right, guys, so it's 9 o'clock, so we're going to get started. And like I said, this is a Vinyasa 2 flow, so we're going to push ourselves a little bit today. Hopefully we'll break a sweat, get our bodies revved up. So Janice, good morning. I was wondering where you were. So just enjoy the class. Pace yourself, take water breaks when you need to, right? And our only real goal here is to feel better at the end of class than we did right now. Okay, so let's find the top of our mat. I'm gonna be a good boy, right? I don't have my husband here to shush him if he gets a little carried away. So hopefully he'll be good. You're gonna be a good boy, right, buddy? We'll see. So let's sit up tall. Let's guide our hands to our knees, palms up, closing the eyes. And let's take slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. And just begin to awaken your senses. Noticing the sounds that you hear. Notice if you smell anything. Notice if you taste anything. And even with the eyes closed, notice what you see. Are there colors? Are there shapes? Notice what you feel sitting on your mat, the temperature of the room. Connecting to all 5 physical senses, helping us to become more aware, more present. Take another long, deep breath. And then on your exhale, float both arms to your sides. With a deep breath, we reach the arms up, palms draw together, and then slowly we exhale our prayer to the heart. And then again, sweeping the arms out wide, lifting up to the sky and our palms touch. Slowly we exhale our prayer to the heart. And then again, inhale, reaching out and up, palms draw together. And we exhale our prayer to the heart. And take this time to set your own intentions for today. Let's reach our prayer up to the sky. Exhale, let it go. Hands floating down. Walk your right arm out, just a gentle stretch over, lengthening the left arm overhead. And then we come back to center and visit the opposite side. Good, let's find our way to center. Fingertips to the floor and just bow over your legs, lengthening through the lower back, breathing into your hips. And then slowly sitting your body up, uncross the legs and reverse them. Opposite leg and front are on top. Fingertips to the floor, and once again, reach that left arm up and over. And then we come to center and we reach up and over to the other side. And then we find our way to center. Once again, fingertips to the floor, and we bow over the legs and we hold here. And then we walk our hands in. Sweep the arms up. Gentle twist over to the right, gazing back. Just warming up the spine. Inhaling to center. Exhale, spinal twist to your left. And then we find our way to center. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground and we climb up, finding our tabletop. Inhale, arch to cow pose. Exhale, round to cat. And then again, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's go just once more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then neutralizing that spine, shifting back into your child's pose. Take a nice long deep breath. Letting it go. Grounding into your palms, curl the toes under. Let's pike that tailbone all the way up, finding a downward facing dog. Let's pedal out through our legs, going side to side. Let's press both heels down towards the floor. Inhale, shift forward, finding your plank. And then slowly return back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your legs. And then we press both heels down towards the floor. Anchoring into that left foot, raise the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Noticing the shoulders, keeping them squared off with the top of the mat. Can we bend into the right knee? and open up the hips. So turning your navel towards the right wall as we twist the lower body. Slowly find your way back to center, sweeping the right leg forward, footsteps between the two hands, dropping your left knee down. Kneeling lunge, inhale, reaching the arms up. On your exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Root into your left hand, right hand to your right knee. Push the right knee out. So we want to stand on the outer blade of this right foot and look over the shoulder. Just find your stretch. Maybe we could take this pose a little bit further by bending the left knee and then grabbing hold of that left foot with the right hand, adding a little quad stretch. And I don't know if you could see with my hair in the way. Where's my foot? Good. So if you could see here, right hand grabbing left foot. Slowly release. Let's find our way to center. Inhale, lift the arms up. Palms connect and lower your prayer right to the heart. Coming into a twisted lunge, take a deep inhale and then exhale, bringing the body out, taking that left elbow to the outer right leg. Keep pressing those hips forward, look over the shoulder. And then slowly come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, plant your hands down to the floor. Good, so lifting that back knee up. Supported lunge. Be quiet. Good, so we're going to come into a little bit of a boomerang flow. So we're going to ground into this left hand. On your inhale, we're going to shift. So notice this back left foot, we're going to shift onto the outer blade. And we're going to turn this right foot coming onto the outer blade of this right foot as well. Inhale, swing the right arm back. And then slowly exhale, come back to that supported lunge. Do that again. So inhale, swing back. Exhale, rock forward. And again, inhale, boomerang back. And we rock forward. Once more, boomerang back. And shift forward. Squeeze through those inner thighs. Can we find that high lunge? Take another breath. Ground your hands, pressing back to downward facing dog. Let's all inhale to plank. Lower your knees, shift to child's pose. Let's wake up that spine, coming into our first cobra. So landing onto your belly, press into the tops of the feet, opening the chest. If you feel comfortable, press into up dog instead, rooting into the tops of the feet, into the hands. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Good, so let's take that all to the left side. Left leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, keep those shoulders squared, just twisting through the lower body. Pointing that left knee up towards the sky. And then we find our way back to center. And we swing that left leg forward, dropping the right knee down. Good, so from here, kneeling lunge, we reach the arms up to the sky. Good, on your exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Grounding your right hand, left hand to your knee. Press that left knee out, waking up the hip. Looking over that left shoulder. And if you did it on the other side, maybe we could bend that right knee. Left hand can reach back and find that right foot, adding a little quad stretch to this pose. Otherwise, just keep that right leg extended. And then we slowly release. Come back to center, return to that kneeling lunge. Palms connect, prayer to the heart. Let's guide into our twisted lunge. So inhale, Exhale, look over that left shoulder. So the right elbow connects to the outer left leg, gazing over the left shoulder. And just hold the twist. Slowly find your way to center. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor. Supported lunge. Lift the back knee up. So coming into that boomerang flow. So we want to anchor into the right hand. On your inhale, shift onto the outer blade of your right and left foot. This left foot might turn out a little bit, and that's okay. So swing back. Inhale. Exhale, supported lunge. Do that again. Inhale, boomerang back. Exhale, supported lunge. Good. Again, boomerang back, supported lunge. We got one more. Boomerang back and supported lunge. Ground through the ball of that back foot. Squeeze through the inner thighs. High lunge. And bring your hands to the mat. Return to downward dog. So together, let's warm up our vinyasa flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, up dog or cobra on your inhale, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or hop to the top of your mat, finding your forward fold. Let's slowly roll the body up, rolling the shoulders back, guiding them down, finding mountain. So holding here, take a nice long deep breath, and then we let it go. Once more, deep cleansing breath, and we let it go. So coming into our salutations together, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Sweep your right leg forward. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forward, forward fold. Reverse swan dive out and up. Swan dive out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Sweep your left leg forward. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward, forward fold. Completing this cycle, inhale, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, prayer to the heart. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps back. High lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Sweep your right leg forward, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step forward, forward fold. Reverse swan dive out and up. Swan dive out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Left leg to the side, three-legged dog. Sweep the left leg forward, high lunge. Hands to the floor, step forward, forward fold. And now once more, reverse swan dive up, palms touch. And we exhale our prayer to the heart. Just take a moment to close your eyes. Take a slow breath in, slow breath out. And once more, deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Inhale, reach the arms out and up to the sky. Swan dive out and down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale to a forward fold. Grounding into your right foot, left foot steps back. We want to come onto the ball of your left foot. We're going to shift into a high lunge. So inhale, reach those arms up. Connect your palms overhead. Coming right in to our twisted lunge. So on your exhale, bring your prayer to the heart. Look over that right shoulder and connect that left elbow to the outer right thigh. And we hold. Pressing those palms. And so from here, let's neutralize that spine. Inhale, reaching up. High lunge. Pyramid on your exhale. So straighten your front leg, bowing down, and then shift that back heel to the floor. Good, so nose to knee. You use blocks usually in your pyramid, pull them in. Good, one more breath. We're going to shift into a warrior one. So lunging into that right knee, reach the arms up to the sky, and we hold. Let's open wide, warrior two, holding here. Turning the palm up, peaceful warrior, sweeping up and back, and we hold. Take another breath. Let's cartwheel those hands down, go right for your vinyasa, or find a downward dog. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. So from here, bend your knees, look forward, walk, or hop to the top of your mat, forward fold. Soften the knees, reverse swan dive up, swan dive right back out and down, forward fold. Rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Planting that left foot, right foot steps back. So now high lunge, so keep that right heel off the floor, and we rise up. Reach both arms to the sky. Palms connect overhead. Good, coming right in for that twisted lunge. On the exhale, bring your prayer to the heart. Look over that left shoulder and wring the body out. Holding here. Pull that navel in. Keep pressing those palms. Good, so from here, find that high lunge. Inhale, reach up. Pyramid, so straighten through that front leg. Bow forward and down, anchoring that right heel to the mat. And just find your stretch, enjoy it here. And again, maybe we pull blocks into our pose. Warrior one, lunging into the front knee, reaching the arms up to the sky, and hold. Warrior two, hold here. Peaceful warrior, sweeping up and back. Lengthen through those fingertips. And let's cartwheel those hands down. Find either a downward dog or go for another vinyasa. Meeting back in a downward dog when you're ready. Full breath in. Open the mouth and release. So So now right leg lengthens to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep the right leg forward. So high lunge, keep the foot, the left heel off the floor. So inhale, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, twisted lunge, look over that right shoulder. Right away, inhale, high lunge, use that core for support. Exhale, pyramid, ground that back heel, nose to the right knee. Good, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior, so adding on to the flow now. Return back to warrior two. Good, inhale, flying warrior, face the long side of your mat, swan dive the arms out and down. Wide-legged stretch, and just hold here. See if we can reach our hands to our feet. Maybe even get the hands to wrap around, hugging the Achilles heel. Holding the legs to pull against the legs to guide yourself deeper into your stretch. Okay, so from here, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, so lengthen through your spine. Exhale, sink deeper into your stretch. Grounding into your feet. Sweep the arms out and up, flying warrior, full breath. And then exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat. Inhale, peaceful warrior. From here, cartwheel your hands down. We're gonna step to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Rise up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good, so from here, let's reverse swan dive. Reach the arms out and up. Keep the arms raised. And now take your left foot, cross it over the right thigh. Foot is flexed. Balancing pigeon or balancing figure four. So hold. Try to sink deeper. Focusing forward. Breath is strong. So staying on this right foot, rise up. Warrior three. So interlace the fingers. Pointers extended. I'm getting cut off. So pointers extend, interlacing those hands. And now pulling that left knee in and up. Flex through that left heel. And now let's begin to kick that left foot back, lengthening the arms forward. And hold here. Come into a warrior one. Soften that right knee. Ground that left heel. Release the arms. Good. Take another breath. Round your hands. Let's flow through another vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Once again, deep breath in. Long, deep breath out. So now let's take that to the left side. Left leg reaches up, three-legged dog. Sweep your left leg forward, so high lunge. Inhale, lift up, palms connect. Exhale, go right for that twist. Look over the left shoulder. Inhale, return to that high lunge. Pyramid, straighten the legs, bowing down. Good. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Good, so adding to our flow here, landing in warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior, feet are parallel. Swan dive your arms out and down, wide-legged stretch. Holding here. And now this time around, can we turn our fingers so that the fingertips are pointing through the legs? Walk your hands through the legs, gripping your fingers to the floor. All right, so we want to come into 10th fingers, hollowing out the palms. And as we grip the floor, pull the floor towards the heart. And this is going to guide the upper body deeper into that stretch. Piking the tailbone up. And just breathe. So making sure we keep this pose super active. This is one of those poses that we get into and it's like, great. No, we're still working. We're still releasing. So let those hamstrings open So walk your hands in. Inhale, rise up just halfway, flat back, and then return right back down into that stretch. Try to take it deeper. Notice the feet, anchor them down, bend through your knees. So inhale, flying warrior, and now exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat. Turning that left palm up, peaceful warrior, lengthen back. And now cartwheel your hands down. We're gonna step to the top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, just halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And now reverse swan dive, reaching out and up, lengthening the arms. Balancing pigeon now, standing on your left foot. So right heel flexes, we cross, ankle over thigh, and we bend through that standing left leg. And we hold. Gazing forward, sinking deeper. Feel that stretch through that outer right hip. Keep with the breath. Now on your inhale, rise up, just like we did on the other side. Hands above you, interlace the fingers, pointers extended, just like this, but raise them up. And now pulling that right knee in, flexing that right heel. Warrior three, kicking that right heel back, bowing the heart forward and lengthening the arms towards the front of the room. Breathe, keep reaching, keep it active. One more breath, and we're gonna land, warrior one. Release those arms, lengthen them to the sky. Ground your hands. Let's go for another vinyasa. Step to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and back to downward dog. Good, take a nice deep inhale, and a long exhale. Good, so now let's take that right leg. We're gonna switch this flow up a little bit. Right leg up, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bend and open up that hip, just like we did earlier in our warm-up. Holding here. Inhale, raise that right leg. We're going right for our pigeon. So slide your right knee to the right wrist. Left leg lengthens back. Maybe we stay here. Always feels nice to come onto the elbows. See how this feels. Wing the elbows out. Place your head on your hands. So just find that place and just breathe into it. And what's interesting in a yoga class, whether we do a 90-minute class, a 60-minute class, here we're doing a 45-minute. We've only been practicing for a half an hour. And I know for myself, I am sweating. I am absolutely sweating. It doesn't help I have a quilt attached to my head. But the idea when it comes to yoga, you can do 20 minutes or a half an hour. And it's all about the dynamic tension that you create as you work these flows. You could just swing yourself around pose to pose, or you can engage. You can activate the body. And when you do that, even just 15 minutes will make you break into a sweat. So just keep that in mind. So if we were to tackle a 90-minute class, I would hope that your mat would be drenched in your own sweat, which is kind of gross, but kind of invigorating at the same time. Take another breath. And letting it all go. We're going to stay on the floor. Walk your hands in, lean into the right hip. We're going to switch into a double pigeon. So left leg comes around. So now double pigeon, you want to give a little slack to this right leg, flexing the right heel, and then stack the left leg on top of the right. This pose doesn't always feel amazing for everybody. So if you find that this knee is really winging up or you're really jacked up and you're rounding, it's hard for you to even sit upright, open your legs up a little bit wider. Try to stack ankle over ankle. This still feels a little tough. And then scoot the right heel to the pubic bone and then cross the left leg in front. All three variations will give you a hip stretch. It just depends on where the flexibility of your hips are today. So just find the leg alignment. Sit up tall. Make sure we could keep that alignment in the spine. You want to hinge from the hips. So bowing over the legs, keep the spine straight. Lengthen the arms forward. So remember, form before intensity. And I often see in a yoga room, it's hard for me to judge here. A lot of times people will come into a pose, hold your stretch, I'm just demoing. They'll have the leg up, rounded, and then they're gonna still go for it. And this, I'm not honoring my body, I'm not honoring my form, I'm honoring my ego, right? Because if I can't feel good in the position, chances are this isn't good for me, right? Whereas if I was to open my legs up a little bit wider, my hip could release more. I'm able to align my spine and hinge from the hips like I'm supposed to. All right, so just keep that in mind. And this is just the example with our double pigeon, but that's with every pose. Every pose has modifications, so keep that in mind. You don't need to look like your neighbor. You don't need to look at like those pictures that you're Googling, right? So we don't have to get fancy. We have to practice smart. So keep that in mind. Good, so let's lock those hands in. From here, bring your soles together, coming into our balancing flower. I actually like to do this in my kids' yoga classes a lot. They love it. So we're going to take our hands, bring them to the center of our legs. Scoop your hands underneath. And first, to start, you can actually hold on to the legs. Walk the feet in. So we want to ground onto the sit bones. And lift the feet up. So your two big toes should be connected. And now notice, if you're rounding your back, you're going to roll back, right? So we want to sit up nice and tall. We're going to come into a yoga toe lock. So two peace fingers wrap around your big toes. The big toes press into the fingers pull into the big toe. So that way there's a balance in energy. And we lock everything in place by guiding the thumbs in. All right, so keep that connection. We don't want to put strain on the joint of the big toe. Lift up through the crown of the head. Can we press the heels, reaching out and up? All right, so this is like your wide-legged stretch, just balancing on your seat. We're opposite now. So see if we can pull against those feet, bend those elbows to guide the crown higher towards the ceiling. Can we bring the soles of our feet together? Can we release and find our boat? If we need to bend the knees, we can bend. Otherwise, try to keep them straight. Take another inhale. We're going to do a rock and roll. So grab hold behind the knees, bend the knees. We're going to roll. All right, and we're going to take a few. This should feel nice on the spine. And we're going to find our way back into a downward dog. So get a little more momentum. And when you feel you have the power, we're going to cross the ankles, ground the feet. So we're going to stand on those outer blades again. Ground the hands to the mat, and then step both feet back. So play with that for a moment. And if it didn't work out right, just swing your legs over to the side and then find your way into downward dog. Sometimes you got to just fake it and be like, yeah, not happening. And it's all good. So no worries. We have a second chance to try that again. So if it didn't work out good, we have more time to play later. So now we're going to take that all to the left side. Left leg reaches that three-legged dog. First, open up that hip. Twisting that lower body. Keep the integrity of the upper body strong. Now inhale, reach that left leg up. Pigeon, slide that left knee to the left wrist and lengthen the right leg back. Good, so once we're here, choose where we're gonna go. We're gonna take a few breaths here. So maybe we come down onto the elbows. Maybe the elbows wing out. Head rests to the floor. Just close your eyes. Just find your place. And just breathe. Sometimes it's hard to get into these stretches early in the morning, but it's so worthwhile because it's going to set the pace for the rest of our day. And it's amazing when we do a morning practice, it just invigorates you and you're just more upbeat for the rest of the day. You have that feel-good energy. or at least we start that way. So hopefully we can maintain that. So just a few more breaths here. And remember that even though in pigeon, the best thing that we can do is surrender and relax, notice, am I feeling enough stretch? So for me, I'm kind of chilling out and relaxing. So this is my opportunity to step that right leg back, to go even further. Maybe even shimmy this left foot up a little bit higher. You can take this leg all the way to a 90-degree angle. But just be mindful, we want to keep the form in our hips. So remember, form before intensity. So if your foot is at a 90-degree angle, but you're kind of leaning out and doing this, then you're not serving your body. You're better off pulling the heel in a little bit closer, so that way we could keep the hips upright. That darn ego gets in the way of everything, doesn't it? Take one more breath. And now we're going to come into our double pigeon. So lean into your left hip. Let's free that right leg. So just like we did on the other side, you have different variations, different options for the legs. Maybe we can stack them, ankle over knee, knee over ankle. If your knee is winging up, if we are having a hard time sitting upright, open them up a little bit wider. Still doesn't feel good, then stagger them. So again, just find your place. One side might be completely different than the other, so just handle each side individually. Okay, so once you find that place, we're going to walk and lengthen the arms forward. Remember, we're hinging rather than rounding. Okay, so there is a difference, and you can actually play with that, right? So if you round and walk the hands forward, you're going to notice that the stretch isn't really in the hips anymore, it's in the central back. Whereas if we sit up tall, keep the spine straight, and hinge from the hips, boom, you get it right in that outer hip. So anyone that has lower back issues, I have a lot of clients that have back issues, including myself. This is one of those poses that they're excellent. I know I get sciatic pain down my legs. This is one of those poses that if my back is acting up, I can't even get into it. So, you know, you got to just work with what you have to work with for the day. Good, so we're going to come back to center. Once again, we're going to connect the soles of our feet. So now, make sure we have that space behind us. Coming back into that flower pose, so bring a little space underneath your legs. We're going to scoop the hands between the legs, scoop them underneath, hold on to the legs. We're going to lift the feet up. Hold on. Make sure we feel supported on those sit bones. Lifting up. Right now, if we're just going to hold flower pose in my kids' class, I would say, open your petals. If you want to play with that, go ahead. Rock on. Right, otherwise, we're going to go for that balance once again. So releasing your hands. Yoga toe lock with both feet. And then extend the heels out. Sit up tall. See if we can bend those elbows to bring those heels up higher. So this is your core balancing you here. So again, if you're not hinging from the hips and you're rounding, you're going to roll back, which can be fun. So if it happens, enjoy it. And then just try to find your way back to your balance. So once more, we're going to come into that boat pose. So draw those legs in, lengthen through the crown of the head, keeping that spine lifting. Release. Holding here. Breathe. Good. From here, we're going to come into that rock and roll. So grab hold behind the legs, bend your knees, roll along your spine. And we're going to find our way back into that downward dog. So like we did before, we're just going to build up that momentum. And then once you feel you have that power, I'm going to do it a little bit faster this time. You're going to cross those ankles, roll over the ankles, and press back to downward dog. So cross, push, and press back. So just something to play with. Take a deep breath, hold your downward dog. Heart presses back towards the legs, heels towards the floor. Good, and from here, let's lower down, finding tabletop. Good, so from here, we're gonna come into our frog pose, continuing to open up those hips. So now frog pose, if you don't have a blanket or if you're working on a rug, the way we're gonna approach this is to turn to the long side of our mat, fold the two edges. We wanna fold them in. And then we're going to place our knees onto those two folds. So that way there's a little extra cushion. And just like a little frog, we're gonna turn the feet outwards and we're gonna need to walk the knees out. We wanna keep the hips centered. Make sure the hip bones are in line with the knees. And then we're gonna either hold here or maybe we come down onto the elbows. Sometimes, just like we did in pigeon, open the elbows and drop the chest down. So we can go this way. Another way we can approach it, which is my more favored way, if you're working on a slick surface, like my floors here are a tile, so it'll work well. If you have hardwood floors, it'll work well too. Otherwise, again, if you have a rug, just do it as I just demoed. Otherwise, grab hold of a blanket, place it on one side of your mat, and then we're going to keep one knee on our mat and then guide one knee to our blanket. Turn the feet out just like a little frog and then let the weight of your outer leg give. So we're going to shift off of our mat and then just find your place. So again, we want the hips in line with the knees. Stay on the hands, drop down to the elbows, wing the elbows out, place the head to the floor to see where you can go. And the reason why I like it this way a little bit better, anyone that's doing it with a blanket, you'll see that you have no control. So there's no engaging, holding in, right? That leg is going to slide out, and as the hips release, this blanket is just naturally going to give and bring me deeper. Whereas if you are on the mat, you have to manually do it yourself. So there is that level of, I could cheat if I want to. So with the blanket on the floor, it's really hard to cheat. So holding here, Instagram, oh, I hope you could see because the video is vertical. Let me see if I could push myself over a little bit so you guys could see. So as you can see, there you go. You have a little bit better of a shot. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just a few more breaths. Now, the easiest way to come out of this pose is to army walk the elbows forward, or just walk the hands forward if you're on the hands. Shift the hips forward. And then try to straighten out those legs. And from here, guide those legs back in. Right, so now some of us might be off of our mat. We're just gonna roll right onto our back. So when you're ready, roll onto your back. And just pull your knees in towards your chest. And just circle, massaging the lower back here. Going both ways. Good, so from here, let's ground our feet. Cross your right leg over the left knee. And let's pull the knees in, open the arms out wide. And we're gonna drop the knees to the left. Left hand grabs that right knee and we look over to the right hand. All right, so by crossing the legs over, you'll notice that it forces this right hip up off the floor. All right, so it takes that lower body to a deeper twist. And then slowly come back to center. Unravel your legs. Left leg crosses over the right. Pull the knees into the chest. Arms stay open. And then we drop both knees to the right. Right hand grabs hold to the outer left knee. And we look towards the left hand. Try your best to keep that left shoulder anchored to the floor. And slowly come back to center. Uncross your legs and let's just center ourselves here. Full Uttanasana, knees to chest, pull in nice and tight. See if you can lift your head up, tuck the nose to the knees, take a nice long deep breath, and then we let it go. Head to the floor. Legs float down and we turn the feet open. The arms rest down to our sides. Together, let's take a long, deep breath. And we let it go. Let's do that once more. Long, deep breath. And we let it go. Good. So take a moment before facing the rest of your day to just relax. To just breathe. To just be. Slowly bring movement back to the body. Rolling ourselves over to our right. And then gently sitting ourselves upright, drawing our hands to the heart center in prayer and bowing our head down. May we all be guided by the light. May we all be peaceful. May we all be happy. The light within me honors the light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Hope your hips feel nice and open. Hope you feel relaxed. I hope you feel good. I know I find myself getting angst constantly with the idea of reopening and coming up with the quote-unquote new normal. Just there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on up here. So we need to remember to stay breathing. We need to remember to keep our bodies moving. Quarantine 15, that's a real thing, guys. I actually was saying to my husband, I was like, we've been eating so well. We ordered pizza once for his birthday. Otherwise, it's been all home-cooked meals, which is amazing. But when you're eating hearty, healthy meals constantly, it's just like, oh, wait. Normally when you're used to running around, it's like, oh, darn, I missed lunch today. Grab an apple and keep it moving. So when you have time, you also have time to make things from scratch and, make things a little bit richer. So keep yourself moving. I hope you enjoyed the little sweat that we had today. Hopefully you did sweat. Hopefully you pushed yourself enough. So tomorrow we're off. Tomorrow's Saturday. Our next live stream will be Sunday at 10 a.m. and it'll be our gentle flow. So it'll be nice and soft and comforting. All right, have a beautiful day. Anyone that wants to donate, please connect with us on Venmo or on PayPal. The information is listed on our bio on Instagram, and it's also listed in the information of our posting here on Facebook. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can message me directly. I'm Nicole from the Yoga Nook. Have a beautiful day. It's going to be a hot one. Woo! A little taste of summer. Have a great day, guys. Namaste.